Brooke's just grown up so much over the last couple of years, and, thank goodness. I think she used to sort of mask all of her insecurities by being this total extrovert and partying and occasionally lashing out at people. But on the inside of it, she's always been this very nervous, very insecure girl. And it's been really nice to see her sort of find herself and combat her insecurities as an individual instead of looking towards men to do that or the approval from guys or a sort of social situation. She's really come into her own, and that sense of loyalty that she always had for her friends has only gotten deeper. So it's really been a pleasure to sort of watch that evolution. Oh wow, I don't think Brooke could ever envision herself being anything but a fashion designer. But I'd like to think that if she wasn't going to be designing clothes, she'd do something no one would expect, go and join the Peace Corps and travel around the world. Obviously, she'd pack stilettos in her backpack, but hopefully she could go and do something good for other people. Brooke is a bit of a celebrity, I suppose, in season 5, but it's not overwhelming. It's not like she's being constantly hounded or can't go anywhere without getting chased down by throngs of fans or anything. So it's been okay. I think what's fun about it for her is that it adds to her sense of success with her work and her line and everything that she's sort of created. But I think that the interesting thing is that it doesn't mean all that much to Brooke. And I find that it doesn't mean all that much to, the people that I witness going through the whole celebrity thing in real life, because at the end of the day, you've still got to go home and be a good person, whether the people on the street know your name or not. So it's been fun to bring that into that realm for her. I don't know, I gotta keep some tricks up my sleeve. It all depends on whether it's an emotional scene or a comedic scene or whatever, but you sort of have to take it day by day because you're in a different emotional state every day as an actor, just like you are as a person who's not an actor. So I think you kind of have to go with the flow a little bit. Thank you everybody for sending in your questions and taking the time to come over to CW Connect. I hope you enjoy season 5 of One Tree Hill.
Coming January 8th, One Tree Hill, the new season.
I'm Sophia Bush from One Tree Hill, and you are on the CW Connect. I was not a cheerleader in high school. I was an honors student and a total bookworm, and I think I was lucky. I went to a very small private all-girls school, so 8 to 3 every day was my time for my education and my girlfriends, and we were definitely social, and we had brother schools and whatnot, so there were always people to sort of go to parties with on weekends, but it wasn't the focus, and I'm glad for that, because I got to be a kid and I was still having sleepovers at 15 and not like trying to sneak into clubs or anything. Oh, my biggest blooper. We've had a few. We were shooting a scene, the 5 of us girls, just about a week ago, and it was 3 in the morning. We were on nights and we just erupted into giggles and we could not stop laughing, and we ruined take after take, just bursting out into hysterics, and finally we got screamed at and told to act like adults instead of children, and we were like, okay. So we have them all the time. We're just lucky that they don't ever make it to air. I don't know if I could pick a favorite fashion designer. It's so difficult. There's so many people whose work I really respect, from the super high-end world of the Calvin Kleins and the YSLs down to American Apparel. They make my favorite t-shirts, so I'm kind of all across the board. That's another hard one. I don't know how to pick a favorite outfit for Brooke. There's a lot of things that are great for her that I would never ever wear in public, and there are some things that have been part of Brooke's wardrobe that I would love to make part of my wardrobe. So it's all across the board for me with her style. I think we all always have plans of working on other films and potentially other series, maybe when this one is done. But a lot of it depends on our schedule here, and there's usually not time for more than one other movie in the summer when we're on hiatus, so we'll see. If Brooke were going to be on another primetime show, I think she'd definitely be on Ugly Betty. And she'd come in as a fashion designer and be working with the magazine. But Brooke would love Betty. Everyone is always really nasty to her, and I think that Brooke would think Betty is kind of like Mouth, that she's just this great, quirky, fun-loving girl, and she'd totally take her under her wing, and they'd be best friends. Thank you, everybody, for sending in your questions and taking the time to come over to CW Connect. I hope you enjoy Season 5 of One Tree Hill.
Coming January 8th, One Tree Hill, the new season.